Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. A lot of you guys who have watched my video, first of all, thank you for everybody who's subscribed and everybody who consistently watches the stuff I put out. I really appreciate it. But those of you who have watched, you guys know I've got some OCD consistency type tendencies where I prefer BGS and PSA slab cards. Today's video is going to be an interesting diversion, and I'm going to attempt to put my OCD tendencies to the test and maybe expand my horizons a little bit. You guys always see that I'm doing these PSA and BGS grade reveals, primarily PSA because I'm real familiar with that submission process and that grading company. And part of the reason I like PSA is, you know, there's no secret to it. The secondary market rewards PSA 10s at such a disproportionate level that it justifies the inconsistencies and some of the returns I've been getting, because when you do pop that 10 on a big card, it makes up for all of the cards that you thought should have been 10s that you got 6, 7s, 8s, or 9s on. So that's partly the reason I use PSA. The other reason is just familiarity. Well, I've decided to step outside the box a little bit, and I want to talk to you guys today about a new grading company you may have heard of called TAG. 10 years in the making. TAG stands for Technical Authentication and Grading, and it's an interesting concept. I'll be honest with you, part of the reason, really the primary reason that I'm even considering it is Jeremy Lee is a friend of mine in the hobby. He's somebody I've listened to for a couple of years now. Jeremy doesn't do anything half-assed, and he doesn't do anything without putting together a great deal of thought, and he's decided to affiliate with and work for and with the TAG company, and so that means something to me, and so that at least merits TAG being worth a look for me. Again, this is going to be hard for me because I like my entire collection to be PSA or BGS, but if I can have 2 in there, then surely I can have 3. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to do a few parts here. This is going to be part 1. We're going to take a look at TAG Grading Company. I've got their website pulled up. We're going to look generally into how I would grade cards with TAG if I wanted to. And I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to, and we'll get to it in a second, but I'm going to submit 10 cards to TAG and shoot those off. I'm going to take you guys through beginning to end what that submission process is like. Again, I have not done any of this, so we're going to be doing this together. I've pulled up their website. I just briefly glanced through here. I asked Jeremy, is there anything I need to know? And Jeremy said, just go to the website. It should be self-explanatory. Well, here we are. There's a submit button up here. But before we got there, I did go Google because I did click this drop down and go search the founder. The guy's name is Steve Cass. He's the founder and of Technical Authentication and Grading, TAG. And he tells a story about how he got into this, right? He submitted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards, and not just submitted them to PSA, BGS, and SGC. He doesn't really use the names of those 3 companies, but he alludes to the fact that he submitted hundreds of cards to 3 different grading companies. He got the cards back. He made notes about what the cards graded, what he thought they would grade, what they look like. Then he cracked all the cards and resubmitted them to different companies, and then wrote those grades down. But then he cracked those cards further and resubmitted them sometimes back to the same grading company. So he spent countless hours just cracking and resubbing and trying to determine the consistency of the grading companies. And basically the results left not just much to be desired as far as the numerical grades that were assigned, but he even took it a step further and submitted known trim cards to the grading companies, got back results that said the cards weren't trimmed. And then he sent known cards that were not trimmed to grading companies, and he got back results that said the cards were trimmed. And so this inconsistency drove him nuts, as it drives me and a lot of us in the hobby nuts. And so he decided, the hell with it, I'm just going to create my own grading company with the goal of being consistent, being scientific, using technology to eliminate some of the disparity and uncertainty and ambiguity in assigning numerical grades. And then these guys set out to basically start a new grading company in the business, and so that's where we're at. And so if you want to read more about it, it's real simple little breakdown right there about the founder and why he started it and how I just recounted how he got into it. The slab design. I'll be honest with you, the slab looks badass. At first, when I looked at it, I was like, damn, it looks like SGC. It's a black label, and it just looks like an SGC black label. But that's not really it. If you put your cursor over here, you can hover. It's hard to tell because it's got a black background. It is straight pure clear, okay? What we call a slab for PSA or BGS, they call it a tag. Whatever. Basically, the label is like infused. It's burned into the label. I'm trying to find, here it is, digital security measures. They're embedded in the slab. So there's a barcode up there at the top that you just hover your phone over, a QR code or whatever you want to call it. It'll pull up the pop report and it gives you an incredibly detailed breakdown of the card. You can see, I'll stop the spinning. It's got a grade between 1 and 10, but then to the left, you can see the number 972 on your screen. That is actually a more precise 1,000 point grading scale, and I took the liberty of pulling up their grading scale here on Facebook, and let me see if I can increase the size. There's their grading scale. And so they've gone over and above. They've got the simplified 1 through 10, but if you want to take it a step further and truly distinguish 10s from 10s, 9 from 9s, 8s from 8s, etc., it's broken down on a 1,000 point scale over to your left because for them, not all 10s are the same. So it's sort of like BGS, right? Only then to another extreme because there's tag pristine, there's tag gem mint. And so you're always going to have a 1 to 1,000 point scale that corresponds with your 1 to 10 point scale as well. You can further differentiate between 10s, 9s, etc., etc. You can just scan that QR code and it brings up an easily digestible but super intense grading report for your particular card, and it gives you a report on the front, it gives you a report on the back, and then it gives you subgrades as well for front and back. So also centering metrics and more can be discovered. Ergonomic form, they talk about how the card feels in your hand. I don't know about all that. That doesn't really matter that much to me. I do care what it looks like. And at first I thought it was a black label, but it is not. That is absolutely clear. And this stuff is burned into the plastic / whatever that composite material is. And so it's actually burned on there, and it can't wipe off or scratch off, or the flip can't bend or fold or get melted or get moisture in there or any of that stuff. So I'm intrigued. I'll be honest with you. I like the look of it, and I just wanted to try it out and give you guys a look at it. Grading reports. This part of the website's not done yet, but these guys did come on and they talked about the grading reports and whatnot. If you haven't figured it out, go on this website, go to the pull downs, and Jeremy Lee interviewed all these guys. And so if you want to learn, if you really want to dive in and learn more about it, I'm not there yet, but I am, as a guinea pig, going to submit 10 cards. And so if you want to learn more about it, go to Sports Card Live, and he's got interviews with these guys and whatnot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to subkits, and nope, that's not it. Where do I go? I go to home, I think. Yeah, I go to home. Here we go. So I'm going to go to home. Maybe it's just submit. Yeah, here you go. So you got 3 options is what it looks like to me. Again, I'm doing this with you, so I'm not an expert. If it sounds like I'm an idiot, it's because I'm seeing it for the first time. By the way, this pops up right when you come onto the website. It looks like it's like a customer service interface where you can chat back and forth or whatever. I'm going to X that now because I don't need any help right now. You can do 40 cards, 20 cards, or 10 cards. You can do a 60-day for $19 a card. You can do a 30-day for $22 a card. That's if you do 40. I'm going to do 10. And I'm going to do 10 cards, and I'm going to go ahead and do 10 cards at $24 because I want to get the results back and show you guys what I got back and show you the process. So right now we're just purchasing the package. My understanding is I'm going to click this button right here that says select package. But before that, I just want to show you there are a couple of caveats here. So you see $24 a card, 10 cards, 10 times 24 is 240, even in Louisiana. You can grade 2.5 by 3.5 cards. You can only grade from the year 2000 to the present, okay? Nothing before that. Max is 55 point stock. I'm not familiar with the points and all that, but basically you can't have crazy thick cards. They're not accepting die cut cards, rounded cards, which I would also consider die cut, autograph cards, no autograph cards, no lenticular surfaces, right, which is like hot numbers, and I'm trying to think of some other ones and I can't think of them offhand. Hot numbers, sport flicks, basically from the 80s, acetate cards, and then memorabilia cards. So no patches, no autos. This is just straight cards. So chromium type cards, paper cards, no die cuts, no autos, etc. If you have any questions about that, I'm sure our little chat friend over here, you can click the button and ask them if a card does or does not qualify. 30-day turnaround time for this one. You can also do the 60-day. You can also do the 14-day, which honestly, I might just eat the extra $50. You know what? I'm going to eat the extra $50 so I can get it back quicker just to show you guys. The hell with it. All right, I love you. That's how much I love you guys. I want to get this back, and I want to do part 2. So I'm going to do this 14-day package. 14-day turnaround time, 40 oops, it switched over again. Here we go. 10 tag graded and slabbed cards, digital imaging grading report with every single card. That's what I was trying to tell you. That's what I'm really excited about getting back, because I want to walk you guys through all the different categories where these cards are meticulously scanned by their technology. Free shipping for us. The submission kit. Okay, so this is my understanding. I am going to select the package here. I'm going to pay for it. They're going to mail me something called a submission kit. That way there's uniformity in the cards that are submitted to them. At least this is my understanding. I may be wrong. But they're going to give you 10 tag shields, which is, I think, basically like card savers. You put the cards in. Easy pull penny sleeves that you put inside the shields. A tag deck box protector, which I have no idea. I guess we're just going to have to wait for part 2 of this video series when I get this submission package in hand. And then a tag safe case, which is a discreet, and I think they use the word discreet because so many PSA shipments were being ganked out of the mail. Ganked is stealing, right? That's what we say in Louisiana, or pilfered. They were getting yanked out of the mail and stolen because people knew there was very valuable sports cards being submitted to PSA. So something that's discreet is less noticeable. So a discreet and durable packaging with a cable tie, so a zip tie to make sure it's not going to be opened by any of the mail people and picked or pulled or changed or anything like that. So I'm going to click select package. At some point I might have to click off here because I might have to put my credit card information. I am assuming at some point I will. And here's a picture of the submission package in the background. I haven't looked much at it, but there's a picture of the grading report. You can kind of see on that laptop right there with all the different ways they grade your card. There's a picture of the submission package, I'm assuming. And so basically they're calling them, tag shields is basically a card saver. A penny sleeve is the tag sleeve. So there you go. There's the sleeves. There's the package. There's the box. There's the card savers. And so I am going to package insurance. I'm just going to select 500 coverage. I'm going to select 1, and I'm going to select buy now. As an early bird adopter, your pre-sale package reserves your place in line for grading. Basically, if you pay today, you reserve your place in line for grading. But I'm going to click buy now, and then at some point I may have to take you guys off when I put my credit card information in here. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I'm going to hit express checkout with PayPal. Let me take you guys off just in case. I don't want to show you guys anything, but I'm going to see if it's as easy as I think it is. Is it going to come up? PayPal window, here it is. $299. Continue to review order. It gives you the option of going ahead and paying with your PayPal balance, which I love because I'm a big PayPal person. I used to buy everything on eBay with PayPal. Okay, so I'm looking at my checkout information up here. It's got my home address. They're going to ship me the submission package. The shipping is free. Send me marketing and communications via email. I'm okay with that. I want that. I want to know if there's any deals or discounts for tag members, which I'm going to become. There's a promo code. Jeremy should have given me a promo code. He didn't give me one. $299.50 is basically buying me a 14-day turnaround for 10 cards getting graded. So I'm going to click place order, and I might be able to switch you guys back over to picture in picture here in just a second with my screen share. All right, we're good. Let me make sure there's nothing private up here. Okay, so here we go. So your cards are next. Thank you, Brian Dennison. You'll receive a confirmation email soon. There's my order number. There's a 10-day grading package with $299.50. It's got the insurance included. Total of $299 on the screen. Let me see if there's anything else down here. It's got my shipping and my billing address, which you guys don't need to see. And that's it. So basically, I just sit here, I wait to receive an email, and then at that point, my understanding is they'll send me a subscription kit, or a submission kit, I should say. And basically, I'll have my cards already wiped down and cleaned with my microfiber, my loop that I use, and my old man reading glasses. I'll have my cards ready to rock and roll. I'll take their submission kit, I'll stick my cards in their card saver, and I'll ship it off to Tag, and then I guess it's 14 business days. I don't know. I didn't ask that, but probably 14 business days later, I'll get the cards back. I'll do a second video to show you the submission kit in detail and show you what it looks like and what that process looks like. But this is part one. This is how to get your submission kit shipped to you in the mail. And I bit the $50 bullet, and I'm going to get this done quick so you guys can get episode 2 of this series will be the submission kit in detail. You'll get to see all the pictures and the cards that I'm sending and what I think that they could grade, right? I'm obviously not a grading expert, but I've sent 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 cards to get graded. So I always think I know, but I never know, right? That's kind of the fun of grading or the despair of grading. And then episode number 3 will be when they come back from Tag. I'll have instead of a PSA grade reveal, we're going to have a Tag grade reveal, and we're going to look at the cards. We're going to look at what we think they might be worth. We're going to look at what a PSA 10 would be worth, and we'll compare Tag 9 to PSA 9, Tag 10 to PSA 10. And I'm going to sell the cards. Maybe not all of them. I haven't even decided what cards I'm going to send, but I want to sell these cards because I want to look at the secondary market. That's what's going to rule the roost here. That's what's going to dictate whether or not Tag catches and becomes another one of the big 3 or big 4 grading companies out there. Is what does the secondary market think about Tag slabs? That's really that simple. So hopefully a 4-part video series for you guys. Today was just episode 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment below if I said something wrong or dumb. Comment below if you know something about requesting the submission kit that I don't know or that I didn't share that you'd like me to share. And then just give me your thoughts, generally speaking, on whether Tag is here to stay. I have no idea, but I figured what better way to figure it out than to grade a couple cards with them and pay $299.50 and see what's up. So stay tuned for episode 2, 3, and 4. Hit the bell icon for notifications so you know when the next one comes out. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.